Hi everyone and welcome back to Empowered Working Mums. My name is Nora and as promised last week, today we are dealing with boundaries, setting boundaries between family life and your work life. The question that we're going to be dealing with today is, what are some effective strategies for setting boundaries between home and workplace? So let's get straight into it. Why are boundaries important? Boundaries are important because they help us to preserve our energy. They help us preserve our time. They help us protect our mental health. Boundaries, when they are set in place, they allow us to be the best we can be at work and the best we can be at home. So I know you're asking, what exactly are these things that we need to put in place to set our boundaries or to have effective boundaries? And the first thing I would say is that it's so important for us to know our limits. Know when you've had enough. Know when you can't take any more. Know when you've overstretched yourself. Once you have a clear understanding of the limits, of your own personal limits, then now we're in a position to now clearly define our boundaries. Secondly, it's impossible for you to say that you set boundaries and yet you lack communication skills. It's so important for us to communicate our boundaries clearly. It's important for us to be able to communicate our boundaries not just clearly but confidently. When we do this, people then also respect our views or respect the boundaries that we put in place. So let me give you an example. If you have to come off a call by 6 p.m., ensure that you advise your team. If you have to leave the office by 6 p.m., advise your team, communicate with them that this is what you need to do, and people will respect that. Similarly, at home, when your children know that this time mummy has allocated for work, they will learn to adjust. So let's learn to communicate clearly and let's learn to communicate confidently. Next, I would say make use of technology. There are so many apps out there that can help you in organizing your time, in scheduling your time. Make use of them. Make use of the calendar apps that are available. When we were discussing how to effectively balance family life and our home life last week, we mentioned about using or incorporating your family's calendar into your work calendar. In that way, you have both schedules in one place and you can clearly see the times that have been blocked off for family, time that's been blocked off for work, time that's been blocked off for church, time that's been blocked up for, me time or time to spend with your friends or whatever it may be. But make use of technology. Find a way to clearly be able to see your schedule, your timetable. And here's one that many of us do not like to hear, but learn to say no. It's okay to say no. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to take on every responsibility. Learn to say no respectfully. Sometimes you may be invited to a kids' party. All year you've been taking your children to kids' party. This particular day, you are not able to do so. It's okay to say no. Your colleague is asking you to work later. You may have plans with your family. It's okay to say no. Say no with love. Say no politely, but be firm in your no. The next one is set specific boundaries. Be very specific about your boundaries. This could be that this is a no work zone. Your bedroom is a no work zone. Your living area is a no work zone. It could be that this is a work zone. It could be this is designated family time. I remember during COVID when we all started to work from home, one of the things that I found was that my working hours became very blurred. So I could be working very late into the evening. I could be working on weekends. I could be just working at any time. But then after some time, I decided that no, there needed to be clear boundaries. Work time was work time, family time was family time, self-care time was self-care time. So it meant that when working hours were over, I switched off my laptop or I turned off my phone. And this really helped to enforce the boundaries. And last but not least, enforce the boundaries, but also know that boundaries can be adjusted depending on your circumstance, depending on what's happening in your life at a particular time. Have that flexibility that things can change. Your family life can change. Your children's programs can change. Things can change at work. You know, it could be that there's a high workload. Whatever it may be willing to adjust. You're in control. Adjust it when you need to. So let me give you a tip. Now and again, have a review. Have a review of your boundaries. Is this boundary still necessary? Can I adjust this boundary slightly? Do I need to add more boundaries? Whatever it may be, but have these periodic reviews so that you know that your boundaries are fitting within your current lifestyle and that this is clearly communicated to everybody around you. I hope those strategies will help you maintain healthy boundaries. We would love to hear any boundaries that we may not have discussed today, so do leave a comment below. And again, like, share, comment. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you can hear more from our empowered working mum community. And as for next week, we're going to be discussing time management tips for busy mums. Listen, you don't want to miss it. Make sure you are here with us at the same time. God bless you.